Hello students, good evening and a very warm welcome to JEE English Unacademy, India's leading and largest JEE test preparation platform. Good evening Roshan, good evening everyone. And students, yes, do remember that this is not just a concept session etc or a problem session. It's also a PYQ session in which we'll be dealing of course with the techniques. But given the current situation, you should not just be focusing on the techniques, you should be also focusing on the concepts, because you are probably going to get numerical based questions in the upcoming JEE Main session as well. So do focus on the concepts, but at the same time, why not on the techniques, where you have 20 questions where you can use your techniques to solve problems in your JEE Mains and JEE Advanced. Definitely also there are many questions in JEE Advanced where you can use basic concept based techniques to solve problems in them. So stay tuned, and we are going to get into something very interesting. So definitely do share this video with your friends on your social media like WhatsApp, Facebook groups, and Telegram channel, Twitter, etc. Make sure everyone gets access to this amazing high quality content for your JEE preparation, where you're also getting access to many other techniques to solve problems, because your JEE is coming up. So make sure you're sharing it on your social media with your friends so that they also have access to this lectures on how to solve problems in your JEE Mains and JEE Advanced. And yes students, I'm Muralidharan Gopalakrishna. I completed my MS in electrical engineering from one of the top ranking American university. I'm also an IIT who completed BTech from IIT Guwahati. I have 4+ years of experience preparing students for IIT JEE and other competitive exams. I have 25 patent applications that I filed in India, US and Canada. And yes, that being said, if you're looking for a complete package for your JEE Mains and JEE Advanced preparation, we have the best one for you, because we have the best educators across the nation aggregated on one platform, that is going to be an Unacademy subscription platform. And the thing is, students, you'll be attending daily live interactive classes with the best educators on a very interactive platform, where you will get access to polls and leaderboards, where your learning becomes amazing and fun. Yes, on Unacademy subscription platform, it's super gamified, super like an experience attending classes with the best educators, but also with very competitive crowd, where you are able to assess your standing etc on polls and leaderboards. You'll be able to assess your position, and you'll be able to improve upon your mistakes. Not only that, we have amazing test series going on Unacademy subscription, national level test series going on Unacademy subscription, and you can attend those test series and assess your mistakes and improve upon your position, and you can have a look at the analysis to further improve upon your learning and as well as your performance. And not only that, every program on Unacademy subscription program is a structured program. You will move in a very systematic manner, and on Unacademy subscription programs, you will have live doubt clearing classes with the best educators, and every 4th session is going to be a doubt clearing session. Along with that, you will be having quizzes and mega quizzes on Unacademy subscription programs. Yes students, and that being said, how do you avail this Unacademy subscription program? First of all, download Unacademy learning app if you don't have one, or if you're accessing from the website, you may want to follow the same process. And how do you do this? All you need to do is click on the left hand top corner extension bar. Once you're logged in, choose plus, and then choose IIT JEE as your goal, and then hit on this get subscription button. And students, yes, it's one subscription, unlimited access throughout the period. Once you have got one subscription, you can access as many programs as you want for JEE Mains and JEE Advanced. And coming to the pricing part, it's also quite reasonable. And students who are in long term or droppers, the pricing is going to be less than 2,900 per month if you go for a 12-month package. That's what we typically recommend for students in 12th class, long term or droppers. And students in 9th to 11th class, the most appropriate program for you is going to be 24-month program, because it's a 2-year long journey. And if you check out the pricing, it's pretty reasonable. It comes all at a price of only less than 70 rupees a day. All you have to pay is not even 70 rupees a day. If you calculate it, it's going to be less than 70 rupees a day. 50,400 is for 2 years. And students, yes, this is about plus subscription. We have something beyond plus subscription, that is known as your iconic subscription. And what do you get on iconic subscription? On iconic subscription, you not only get all the features of plus, along with that you'll be getting personal mentoring and coaching and expert guidelines from IITians and IITians who have previously cracked this exam. Of course, the IITians and IITians, they have previously cracked this exam. Also from the best educators who will be able to guide you on the strategies to prepare for the exam and the things that you should and should not do during your preparation exam. So think about it, you're getting personal guidance from IITians and NITians who are giving you exactly the way that you should be preparing for your exam, the way you should not be preparing for the exam, so that you are able to excel in your pursuits and you are able to do it at the comfort of your home. And students, yes, this all comes at a price of how much? Like 58,500 if you go for a 1-year subscription, and if you go for a 2-year subscription, 24-month subscription, all it is going to cost you is less than around 90,000 and that is less than like 50,000 per year, and that is all you have to pay for this amazing features. And amazing features, amazing facilities, personal mentoring, personal touch, etc. And be sure to apply Murli Live code to get the maximum discount or the best discount on your subscription purchases. Yes, do get that maximum discount by applying Murli Live code, and make sure you are applying on any of the programs, be it Plus, Iconic, or 12-month, 6 months, or 24-month program that you are purchasing. Yes, students, that's all you need to do. You will get the best discount, and make sure you are applying it like whenever you are purchasing an Unacademy subscription platform. And students, that being said, take every moment as an opportunity, think strategically before getting into anything, and think smartly, and make sure you have that attitude that you want to do it. And how will you do it is you have to plan, and every exam is an opportunity, be it 4 sessions, 5 sessions, etc. This time you have 4 exams, so lot of questions to deal with. You should probably try and maintain completeness in each and every chapter, according to me, because think about it. Once there were like 2 sessions, we had so many different questions from so many different concepts. So try to maintain the completeness. Completeness would soon become the key. Of course, luck would play a factor, luck would be a factor this time in your coming exams. But that being said, if you maintain completeness, no luck can beat you down. And do remember that, have confidence in yourself, and make sure that you believe in yourself more than anyone, so that you can make it happen. If you believe in yourself, no one can stop you, but think smartly, and also you need to put in that kind of hard work, that kind of smart work as well. And that's why we have this PYQ session today. There we'll be also analyzing the techniques to solve the problems. And yes, Roshan, yes. Absolutely, we'll get into this. So Roshan, how do you solve this problem? What is the shortcut, guys? Okay, first of all, what is the question? There are 2 infinite plates with uniform charge density plus sigma, and they are kept in such a way that it's a 30 degrees angle. Okay, it's a 30 degrees angle. They're kept in such a way, 30 degrees angle, as you can see on C left. You need to follow the same thing. Now, which is positive x, this is positive x, which is positive y, this is positive. Okay, everything is given to you. Now, here comes the shortcut. First, let's dive into the shortcut. It's not a shortcut, it's basically concept, little bit of mathematical concept. So let me ask you this question. Okay, first of all, let's do a thing. Let's start from the tilted plate. Okay, it's going to be perpendicular to its surface, outward direction. There's going to be an electric field. Let's call it as E for now. Forget what is the magnitude. We'll get into the concept, etc. Now we are just trying to analyze the shortcut. It's totally up to you. Just try to watch live, so that students, you will have the leverage of asking me the doubts, understanding. If you don't understand the shortcuts as well, you can ask them. But yes, it's totally up to you. But it's, if at all you're not comfortable watching it live, you can watch the recorded sessions as well. The recorded sessions are as well available, and they are also available for free of cost. So do share it with your friends. It's totally up to you. Absolutely, Roshan. So now comes the thing. So it's theta angle. This is going to be how much? 90 minus theta. So this is going to be theta. Absolutely, Roshan. Do take this. First of all, take care of your health. Okay. Now comes the thing. So let's forget what angle, etc. It's a simple problem, but anyway, now think about it. How do you intuit this question within few minutes is the thing. So this is like EY component in which direction? Minus. It's going to be less than E, definitely. Do remember that. And this is also going to be an EX component less than E. And in which direction? Negative X direction. This is negative Y. This is minus EY. Negative Y. And that is negative X. Now, if you are clear with this part, it's a simple problem. It's really a simple problem. Right? There should be negative 1. Now let's jump into the next one. I'm just not getting into the concept, deep enough into the concept. We'll get into that as well. Don't worry if you haven't covered this concept. But there are some things that you should remember, and I will be, of course, even talking about when it comes to these PYQ problems. Right? So due to this plate, there is going to be some electric field in this direction, which is going to be all of E. All of E in the upward direction. Which direction? Positive Y. So your net field So this is also going to be E because the charges on the plate or the charge density on the plate are sigma and sigma, plus sigma and plus sigma, isn't it? So now comes the question. Your y direction, this thing should be positive, but it should be subtracted from something, and your x direction field should be negative. Among the given options, which is that thing? See, this has positive x, see negative x, something smaller than e, so this is not true. This has 1 minus of some electric field minus of root 3 by 2, which is less than 1, so this overall positive y, and this is overall negative x. Okay, so somewhat it's matching our like the thing that we are trying to intuit. And coming to this part, this is added y or something, but this is positive x, absolutely wrong. This added y, larger than the electric field as such. If you are trying to think about it, it's like root 3 plus 1, 2.723. Of course, this cannot be the answer. The answer should be, okay, how did we differentiate, how did we kind of understand between these two, which is the correct one? We said that there should be a negative sign inside the y term, right? Which is that term that helped us understand the difference between both. I hope you can just go through the technique again, but I will come to the technique, the concept again. Okay, so there is a positive sign, there is a negative sign. Okay, both are negative x. Okay, as far as negative x is concerned, both are ready. But now coming to the part of y, this guy is not able to give the right answer, but whereas 2 is correct. That's it. That's how we did it. We didn't complicate it much. That's how we should be proceeding in your exam. Now let's get into the concept. It's really simple. So do remember, the students, what is going to be your electric field due to infinite plate. If it's anyway, you can substitute the value of sigma accordingly and you will get the field. It's going to be sigma by 2 epsilon naught. So your E would have been sigma by 2 epsilon naught if you understood it from the options. So it's 2 again. That is E that is taken out as common. We'll come to that point. And in which directions? Of course, away from it. Generally, here we can't exactly give the direction in this case. We'll be giving the direction according to however it is. It's basically, you can say the directions away perpendicular. Away perpendicular to the field, away perpendicular to the plate. If it's positive, okay, to the plate, if it is positive. Understood? Easy. Now let's come to this part. First of all, you understood that we were supposed to resolve the field. So first of all, due to the plate on the x-axis, it's quite easy. It's going to be in the y direction. Sigma by 2 epsilon naught into 1 in the y direction. That's simple. So let's start with the tilted one in that case. Tilted one is going to be in this direction, right? And this is perpendicular to the plate, right? It's going to be 90 degrees. This is going to be how much? 60 degrees. And we are supposed to resolve the components. One in the y direction. This is this is x direction. This is the y direction. One in the negative y direction. Sorry. So this should be how much? Some EY, E of plate, y direction, etc. We need to calculate the y component, and it's pretty easy. So now think about this. This is perpendicular to y. Okay. How much this would be? This would be like 30 degrees. Or 60 degrees. This would be 60 degrees. That means this would be 30 degrees. Basically theta. As we saw earlier, this is also going to be theta. Yes, 30 degrees. Okay. So if you are practicing for first time, maybe take out different angles and check out if you are getting the correct answer. So how much this component is going to be? This is going to be E. Okay, this is your E. Let's take this thing to be a E. A moment. So the magnitude, I'm going to call this as E, not with the direction. Anyway, this is still the magnitude, right? Or let's take it as, okay, let's keep it as E. Okay, and this is going to be how much? E of sine or cos. What it should be? cos of 30. Okay, cos of 30 degrees. Cos 30 what cap? Minus y cap or plus y cap? Minus y cap, away from the plane. And then we would have something in the negative x direction. How much that is going to be? It's going to be e sine 30 degrees in the negative x direction, of course. Negative x direction, right? Minus x. I think it's an I cap, J cap. Okay, it's an x cap, y cap. X cap, y cap can be also used for I cap and J caps. Okay. So we have resolved for this one, and the other one is really easy. We are basically going to add the x components and y components. This is all in positive, y direction. All right. So basically a perpendicular line it is. In this direction, what is the magnitude? It's E value is fixed, plus y cap, plus y cap. If you add them both, what it is? E minus E cos 30 y cap and plus that of minus x of E sin 30. How to study NLM? Definitely try and solve a book, go through the lectures. That's the best method. But given that which year you are in, Srivatsava, which year you are in? Are you in? Are you a 2021 aspirant or a 2022 aspirant? Really depends. If you are a 2021 aspirant, I would say forget it for now. If you are 2022 aspirant, go through lectures. Definitely go through like 2022 aspirant, right? You have a lot of time, Srivatsava. You don't have to even worry about it. So go through the lectures, but still I would say, you know what, focus on the topics that has more weightage. But if you think that is something that is, you know, killing you inside, so what you can do is you can do a very simple thing. You can kind of go through lectures, try to solve books. It will take some time, but definitely, you know, it would be challenging. It would kind of even also develop your aptitude around it. So go through lectures and try to solve one book. Don't spend too much time on NLM, and as soon as you understood one kind of model problem, try to jump into the other one. You don't have to, you know, stick with the same kind of model problem all the time. That would just consume your time. Okay, that is what you need to do, because sometimes, you know, NLM we spend a lot of time, but in exam it does not have a great weightage, but it can come up as a combination of a question in your JEE Advanced, etc. So worth it. So basically, what is the total field? Total field is going to be, I hope you got your answer, Srivatsava, is HCOMA. Yes, definitely for NLM, any book is good. HCOMA is definitely amazing. Okay. HCOMA is really, really good question. Definitely you can check out DC Pandey as well, but I would say, yeah, NLM, yeah, definitely you can do HCOMA. It will give you a good understanding. But think about it carefully, students, where you want to spend your time, whether you want to spend your time on an NLM or thermodynamics, where you would get definitely like, you know, 2 questions, 3 questions. So that way, I think, you know, you should be, even 2021 aspirants, you have run out of 1 year as such, because next exam, even though, you know, like you have only completed maybe like, you know, 70% of your semester, the 2022 aspirant, I mean, sorry, not 2021 aspirant, 2022 aspirant, even though you have completed 70% of your semester or 60% of your semester, you have already, you know, gone through your almost 1 year according to your JEE preparation, because next Jan you will be giving the JEE, right? So that way you should think about it, and you should move accordingly. So yeah, that would be my suggestion. But still, if you find the topic interesting, no one is going to stop you, and definitely do it. If you find it interesting, there's no absolute point in, you know, restricting yourself from not doing problems from that chapter or topic, right? I hope you got your answer, Srivatsava. Good evening, Mohammad Shaukat Aziz. Hi, good evening. So how do you do this? Basically, translate it and copy paste the same thing. So it's E sine 30. So E cos, E, right? There is X component is going to be minus, why minus? We had a minus E sine 30 X cap. We are doing the same thing. We're just writing it down again. So E 30, I'm really sorry guys. Okay. So students, I hope you are also catching up. Everyone watching this session, Srivatsava, Shaukat and Roshan, everyone watching the session, try to grasp the techniques as well. If you are not aware of the concept, please do try to understand the concept in these PYQ sessions itself, especially 2021 aspirants. Okay. Now coming to the next part, it's going to be plus of something. This is minus X cap, so I've directly written it as minus X cap. Now coming to this next part, you have due to the this guy, this plate tilted at 30 degrees in this direction, what was the field? It was E cos of 30 degrees in the negative y direction. Okay. So it is how much? E cos of 30 degrees in the negative y direction. Plus of this direction we had just an E. That was positive y. Right? So add them up. I think this has extended a bit. E of plus y. So it's basically E minus of E cos 30. E taken out common, it's basically E into 1 minus cos of 30, right? That's it. That's all you need to know. And one more thing, what is the one more thing? E is how much? E is sigma by 2 epsilon naught. Away from it, right? There can be question where it can be negative. Do not forget to substitute this sign. That itself will take care of it. Okay. So E total was how much? 1. You add minus E X cap. Let me do a thing. E is common. We can take out E common. If you notice this, there is an E common, there's a E common, there's a E. Just take out the E out as common. Just pull it out. That's it. And then what do we have? Some sine 30 minus X cap. So minus sine 30 X cap. And then what do we have? We have something like, remember there was E plus Y, and in the minus Y due to the tilted plate, what it was? Cos of 30. Of course, there is a sine of 30, the other component should be cos of 30. And it was in Y cap direction. That's it. Now this would come out to be E of sine 30, it's 1 by 2 minus X cap by 2. Okay, this is all math, basic math. You know this thing, 1 minus of root 3 by 2, right? That's it, end of the story. And one more thing, what was it? What is the value of E? Value of E was how much? Sigma by 2 epsilon naught, right? There can be questions where the answers would be intentionally given sigma by epsilon naught. Don't make the mistake. It's sigma by 2 epsilon naught. Just as from the revision point of view, what is going to the field due to a plate, due to a given plate, it is going to be sigma by 2 epsilon naught, not epsilon naught. Don't forget the 2. And this should be what bracket over here as well. Alright, that's it. Okay. I hope this question was really simple. Even solving it from the options were very simple. We need not have. So this is just for your conceptual understanding, but you should really be focusing on both conceptual understanding, given that you are going to have numerical questions in the upcoming session, upcoming JEE main session, and also in your advanced, of course. So advanced, yeah, there is also techniques, but maybe sometimes multiple correct is the best thing for your techniques more than your single correct. This is the net electric field, total electric field, whatever you like to use. Try to understand the concepts as well in the session. If 20 questions are there, guys. Next, 20 question for techniques, and your 10 questions you are going to attend them because there is no negative marking. Negative marking is also absolutely not there. Why not? That's it. You got the answer. That's a simple question. So same thing, right? It's the same thing. Okay. If it had been negative, right, just substitute as sigma as negative, everything will be taken. Or if one is negative, then you need to think carefully. Okay, let me do this as well, that you have the best understanding of things. So basically it's a vector addition. If this is positive, 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 this is sigma by 2 epsilon naught. If this is negative, 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 this is going to in this direction, exact opposite direction. Exact opposite direction. Magnitude is going to be sigma by 2 epsilon naught. But if at all you're talking about direction, it's going to be minus. So if you use that minus sign, that would be taken care of. Okay, alright, let's move on to the next question. Okay, there is a shortcut around this question. What is a shortcut? First of all, identify the shortcuts. It's basically nothing else. You need to, find the electric field at the center, at this point. Okay, let me use a brighter color. So you need to find electric field at the center. Minus 4q charge, minus 2q charge, 2q charge. How are you going to do this? There are multiple ways. Even for your shortcut, there are multiple ways, assessing from the question, etc. But let me tell you the shortest way of moving about it. Think about it in a different manner rather than calculating. Even we'll be solving the problem that way. Okay, whatever technique I'm going to say, because this is a frequently, kind of problem that you can see in your exam. This can be one of those frequent problems that you can see in your exam. Not only that, guys, even during your practice, you may want to apply this technique. If you remember that circle question, we had a very similar thing. Again, similarly, a circle question. See, there are multiple ways of looking at it. But the easiest way would be forget this 2q and make this as 4q, minus 4q. It's the same thing. Field is going to be the same thing. Now, if you make this as 4q, think about it, electric field in this direction and in this direction, due to this minus 4q and this minus 4q is going to get cancelled. Basically, Ey minus Ey and this is going to be plus Ey, like some value. So this would get cancelled. Only x direction it would be. Okay, anyway, there is no, only magnitude is being asked, I guess. So equilateral triangle, nothing is required, students. Nothing is required. Literally nothing is required. Just focus on the concept. So it's basically going to be the x component. What it is going to be? The x component. If you're going for the x component, what it is going to be? Something like 2e cos of 30, because this also 30 degrees, this also 30 degrees given to you. So it's basically how much? Net is how much? Let me write down over here. It's going to be 2e minus 4q charge. Anyway, magnitude is being asked. And they have said along x direction, so you need not worry about that minus sign. Once you are substituting that minus sign, we are getting it in plus x direction, right? You need to understand that thing, right? And what is this going to be? Cos of 30 degrees. What is cos of 30 degrees? Something like root 3 by 2. And what do you think is the field due to minus 4q? I'll give you a detailed explanation of this. Don't worry about it. Just for now, focus on the technique. Then after detailed explanation, this will become even better. Right? 4q is basically 4q by 4 pi epsilon naught. Okay, 4q into 4 pi epsilon naught. 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into d square, right? It's distance d away from the center, right? So that would be how much? That would be something like q by, it's 4q and 4 pi on the bottom. So only remaining term would be pi epsilon naught. Due to the field, we have just calculated the field term, and these two cos 30 is how much? Cos 30 is root 3 by 2. So this should be root 3, and there would be d square, of course. Okay, I'm just talking about the numbers that you have to note. So the answer should be simply, without putting in much efforts, it should be 4. Okay, this is definitely one of the ways to understand, solve around. Translate the 2q to minus 2q on the other side, it's the same thing in this given question. But it's outside the circle, it's altogether different. But in this given question, for this kind of situation, you can do this. You can calculate it individually as well, students. There is no harm in doing this. You can take for individual charge and do it. That will take longer. Try to notice the techniques, students, techniques. Of course, the best way to go about this question is say that there is a 2q charge over here and there is like a minus 4q charge over here. Resolve the components, but maybe during a practice session. Maybe not even during a test series. Just make this, what did I say? Kill this and make this minus 4q. Because you have to ultimately calculate the field at the center. Right? This 4q, I told you this component should get cancelled along y direction. So let's do a thing. First of all, define something like electric field. We are going to solve using shortcut only. You can do also what is the other way? The other way of thinking about this 150 degrees, this 90 minus 150 degrees, this is going to be 30 degrees. Now resolve the components, it's going to be away and you will be adding up those vectors, right? One due to this, other due to this, again 30 degrees, resolve the components, add them, finally you'll get an xy expression. You'll cancel out bunch of things like 10 minutes, at least 5 minutes. This is the way to solve it within few minutes, like not in few minutes, like few seconds sometimes. Okay, all right. Now even in this case, even the shortcut, what would we be saying? We would be not defining E. We would be first of all keeping E, right? We will be keeping E even in your exam to maintain clarity in your rough work. Just keep it as E. What is the value of E? D distance away minus 4q charge, even though it's 4q, minus 4q. What is the value of E? Going to be just the magnitude I'm talking about, 4q divided by 4 pi epsilon naught d square. 4 gets cancelled out. Q by pi epsilon naught of 1 by d square. Same thing. This is magnitude. Okay. Now comes the point. Which direction? It's going to be, of course, in plus x. Okay, just to remember this point. We need just this thing. Pose this. It's a simple problem. Simple problem. That's it. If it had been a conceptual quiz session, I don't think this also kind of a concept that you need to understand, because exactly why is this happening? Why is this happening, students? Why am I doing this as minus 4q instead of this minus 2q? So this field due to this plus 2q is going to be in this direction, and the exact magnitude due to the minus 2q. It's as if minus 4q is present for this particular situation. You can say this is also by 2. Just to give you a short explanation. I hope this is clear. How have we got to this conclusion? It's not without concept a blind shortcut, but rather a concept oriented thing. This is also E by 2. So E by 2 added up, it will be E. If this is what you are calling as E. Direction of its. Okay, simple. All right. So we have minus 4q over here and also minus 4q over here. And they are giving how much field? They are generating a field of E in this direction, magnitude E in this direction, and a field of magnitude E in this direction. If you resolve the components, how much is the angle? 30 degrees, 30 degrees, right? 30 degrees and 30 degrees. Easy. Now this is going to be how much? This is going to be E of sine 30, and this is going to be E of sine 30, but in the opposite direction. Of course, this is going to get cancelled. Understood it in the first instance? Very good. If not, just to remember this thing. Okay, these two will get ultimately cancelled out. Now what is left over here? This is this part, first part. How many times? Due to both of them, both of the E's, right? So it's going to be 2E cos 30. Simple method. Now which direction? X cap direction. or I cap direction. I don't know which. Okay, no direction is given to you. Positive x direction is told to you. So anyway, field is in positive x direction. Okay, it's x cap direction. X cap, I cap, whatever you. Now comes the point. How do we solve this? Basically, we'll say E net is nothing but it's 2e cos of 30. I think it was the best method according to me. I don't know if there is a better method, but definitely I think an easy one. Substitute the value of E. It's q by pi d square. That's it. You're basically what we are doing. Epsilon naught is also there, and basically what we are doing, we are just taking cos 30's value. That's it. We are just substituting the value. Just a basic thing. Your net field is going to be, it's basically like one line question, guys. If you understood this point, this is a very important point. This you can do only if you can sometimes, rearrange the charges. I've noticed in the earlier sessions, we have sometimes rearranged the charges. Even in this kind of circle questions, we tend to rearrange the charges. Even in the square question, we tend to rearrange the magnitude of charge depending upon where you need to find the field. Do remember this concept. Definitely do. This is a concept. Okay. Do remember this concept. So you would have substituted minus q and that of minus x cap. It's basically minus q minus x cap. It's going to be plus. End of the story. Try to think conceptually. It's a very simple question. Not at all time taking one. Okay. Now let's jump. This is what we got. Let's jump into a very interesting question. It's a basic question. So how do you solve this question? This is nothing. This is basically, you know the concept, you don't know the concept. So in finding the electric field, okay, this is also a good thing because this way you understand Gauss law really well. There were not once, twice in the past 10 years, like twice or thrice the past 10 years. There are not questions on Gauss law, but frequently you will notice questions on Gauss law. Every alternative year there will be questions on Gauss law. Okay. Up until now it's like, you have like 4 sessions, etc. You don't know what is going to happen, but Gauss law is a very important topic as such. And there were at least 2 to 3 conceptual questions on Gauss law. If you know the concept, that's it. Try to understand this question carefully. It says that in finding an electric field using Gauss law, the formulae E is equal to Q by epsilon naught A. Basically, where A is an area, epsilon naught is the free space permittivity, Q is the charge enclosed. The equation can be used in which of the following situations? Let's analyze one by one. It says, first of all, let's read all the options and then come back. It says only when the Gaussian surface. Okay, your hint in such questions lies in your option. Try to understand this question carefully just using options, then we'll jump into the concept. There are 2 ways of doing this. Let's first of all do it using options. The first option says, it's basically English, only when Gaussian surface is an equipotential. So only says that what? It is only applicable when Gaussian surface is an equipotential surface. Okay. Second one says when vector E is constant on the surface, like vector, like magnitude of vector E is constant on the surface. Right, so dV by dr, if you find it, it's going to be, they are going to say, what are they trying to say? They are going to say it should be a constant field. If your dV by dr equipotential surface, it's not varying, so your dV by dr, E should be, like magnitude of E should be constant. Of course, it can be in radial direction. That way you can't say the direction is the same. Okay. For any choice of given Gaussian surface 3. Okay, this is a critical point. How do you invalidate the statement number 3? That is the point. For any Gaussian surface, no, it's not true, right? For any Gaussian surface is invalidating this both and this both, if you think about it, right? It's invalidating. One other thing we know is it should be symmetrical charge distribution, else it's not possible. You cannot apply Gauss law if it's not symmetrical charge distribution. So that way itself, any Gaussian surface has become, like we have invalidated statement number 3, has become invalid. Okay. Now coming to the next thing, there is a 4th statement that is saying Gaussian surface should be an equipotential surface and the vector E is a constant on. Let me tell you an amazing thing around. If at all, you basically understood statement 1 and statement 2 contradict each other's validity. Think about it carefully. Statement 1 and statement 2 is contradicting each other's validity. Right? That means what should be your dv is constant. So this is, if this is constant, this is going to be an equipotential surface. You would be getting something like electric field on surface 0. This to be 0. Okay. It's an equipotential surface with PR. Okay, on the surface, right? On the surface it's going to be 0 if you move in any direction. Okay. But magnitude of electric field is changing that way. So statement 1 and statement 2 are invalidating each other. It's an equipotential surface and the constant electric field should be there. But what about your Gaussian, like option number 3? Option number 3 has straight away invalidated the Gaussian law itself. So statement 3 is not valid. So that way you can directly say option 4 is correct. Okay, option 4 is correct since option 1 and option 2 are invalidating each other. Okay, they are contradicting each other. Like they both are true, but they are contradicting each other. Let's get into the concept. This is a very, like a kind of vague way of doing it, but definitely in your exam this will be helpful, So you take a Gaussian surface like this. So I'm going to apply Gauss law, which is nothing but this thing that is given over here. Now in this case, if you have noticed, what is your electric field? Charge enclosed. So charge enclosed divided by area. So your Gaussian surface is going to have, area A. It's going to have, be it on any of that Gaussian surface. Think about it as sphere. If I move on this side or this side or like this side and this side, what it is going to be? The charge enclosed is going to be the same. Okay. And I'm just talking, think about the surface like a spherical surface, one of the best ways of understanding it. Epsilon naught is anyway common. So what does your electric field on any side, like, it can be in the radial direction, but on any side, what is the magnitude? It's basically going to be Q by pi epsilon naught A. It's given in the option. Now, is this surface equipotential surface? Yes, of course. Right? Because your electric field is constant. Isn't it? Yes. Yep. If your electric field is constant, what is this? This is your electric field, which is constant, which says E is visible. Yeah, E is constant, is equal to K into minus dV by dr. Okay, there should be signs etc. included in it. That means it's an equipotential surface for the same R. Okay, if this R if this is an R, it's the same R, right? When you're differentiating the potential, it's that equipotential surface. That is when electric field can be. So the answer should be 4. Simple as that. Simple ways of solving the problem. One is just contradiction of the statements. Statement 1 is contradicting statement 2. Hence both should be true. Maybe let's go and check out the rest of the options. Option 3 was totally wrong. Then we went to option 4 and then we understood. Okay, that's correct. Now what? Like 4 is in fact including statement 1 and 2. Alright, it's a conceptual question. So yes, we are on to a very, very interesting question now. We'll do a thing. We'll take it up in the upcoming session. So it's okay. Let me come to the trick. I'll discuss the trick again. What is given to you? Consider a situation. There are many, many interesting problems, students. Okay, in 2020 PYQ, I've noticed few questions as let's do a thing as good as your JEE Advanced. Let's do a thing. Let's solve this problem. First of all, let me take up a short trick to solve this problem. So think about the short trick. First of all, think about the short trick in your mind, what it should be the short trick. Okay, then I'll jump into the problem. Take a moment, think about the short trick, and just it's like, take a half a minute to guess the answer. Write it down on your piece of paper, and it should match, not after watching this part of the video, but before that, try to guess the answer. Basically, you're given options R1 by R2, R1 by R2 whole square, R2 by R1, R2 by R1 whole square. Consider two metallic spheres S1 and S2 of radius R1, R2, different radii. Okay, and the electric field E1 due to this one is S1 is so much, electric field due to E2 is so much on the surfaces. They're basically talking about surface electric field. Okay, now what is the next thing given to you? E1 by E2 is given as R1 by R2. What are they talking about when you are getting in terms of R1 by R2? Think about it carefully. And then the ratio of V1 on S1 and V2 on S2 is going to be how? There is a very easy way of doing this. Let's jump into this problem. It's a simple problem. Don't need to think much. Okay, they're talking about maybe charges. Okay, E1 by E2 is probably giving the ratio of charges. But if at all, let me take a small shortcut around this. Let's do a shortcut around. Not shortcut, but concept, right? This is also a concept. This is not a shortcut, definitely. What is what is the relation, general relation between your potential, and it's anyway a sphere concept, right? So this is also true in case of sphere. We can say something like this. What is this? Is this true if the sphere has a radius r? Sphere has a radius r. That's what I'm indicating S. Okay. What can we say? We can say something like this. Agreed? Simple. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to say E1 divided by E2 and is given to me as R1 by R2. Okay. One thing you have to understand is R1 by R2 is giving you ratio of charges. That is the most appropriate method to go about it. But you know this thing, right? This is true in cases of your spheres. That's it. I'll come to the point. So now what am I going to do is I'm going to multiply with the respective radii. Not it could have been R2 by R1. What I am going to do is I'm going to multiply E1, which is nothing but the electric field due to S1 with R1. Electric field due to S2 with R2. Similarly, I have to do it on the other sides, else this equality won't hold true. So this is going to be how much? E1 R1 divided by E2 R2. What is E1 R1? E1 R1 would be V1. Correct? Isn't it? We are not talking about different distances, but on the surface, this is true. Okay. So this is going to be what? Just V1. This is going to be what? V2. So what is this? V1 by V2 is being asked, right? V1 by V2 is equal to R1 into R1, R1 square divided by R1, R2 into R2, R2 square, basically whole square. R1 by R2 whole square. That's it. You don't need to go through the entire process of deriving the charges, etc. If you understood this single point, you know this single point. That's it. Moment you have a look at the question, you will be able to answer. This what kind of concept you have? Basically saying E1 by E2 is proportional to R1 and R2. Does it make any sense? But yeah, this is the way to go. It's possible maybe there is some sigma associated with it. Sigma is dependent upon R1. That way think about it. Sigma into 4 by R square. Still you're going to get it in the ratio of R1 and R2. You're going to get Q1 and Q2 ratio. If you want to think about it conceptually, right, you would be saying E1 is equal to KQ by R1 square. When is that possible? Some sigma is existing. There's some sigma is existing. Both should be basically having, same kind of surface charge density. That is when speaking, super conceptually, that is when. But speaking practically in your exam, this is how you're going to go about it, right? But coming to the concept part, how do you do this? let's understand the thing. So you have two spheres, one sphere S1, and we'll be taking this charge to be Q1, and we'll be having another sphere S2. And also the sphere has radius how much? Radius R1. And this sphere has, drawing the diagram, etc. Now that is this is R2, this is S2, this is Q2. So let's talk about electric field. Electric field on the surface due to this sphere S1 is going to be how much? On the surface, right? E1 is on S1, on the surface. It's going to be how much? K Q1 by R1 whole square, right? And this is going to be, so the method to go about in solving this problem properly as a subjective problem, this is also valid according to me in this given situation, but so E of S2 is going to be how much? K into Q2 by S2 by R2. Okay, K into Q2 by R2 whole square. This is what field. So this is your field expression, and you know one more thing that is given to you. E1 by R1, it's already in your question. So E1 by E2 or E1 by R1 is equal to E2 by R2, or E1 by E2 is equal to R1 by R2. This is a given condition. Now coming to this part, we know this thing, and this is also S1, S2, basically S1 and S2. Yes. So what is going to be for a given charge Q, what is going to be on the surface potential? KQ by R. So in this case, it's going to be K Q1 by R1. You're getting the same thing, right? There is no difference between what we have done earlier and this. There at least you would not be getting confused much. So this is going to be K Q2 by R2. That's it. Now you know ES1 by ES2, so you'll be getting some S1 and S2 in the ratio of R1 and R2, and basically have to calculate Q1 by Q2 and substitute the Q1 by Q2. So okay, let's do this thing. So what I'm going to say is, I have like a potential. I'm pulling up the spheres. Okay, two spheres, you have the same spheres. Okay, let's just use the same. One sphere has radius R1, charge Q1, and we call this as S1. Other one is S2, has charge Q2, and it has radius how much? R2. Now E1 by E2 from our derivation, which is nothing but ES1 by ES2, what it should be? K will get cancelled out. You would have Q1 by R1 square. Q2 is written over here. Q1 by R1 square into that of Q2 by R2 square, which is given to you as R1 by R2. Okay. So you would be even here we can manipulate it anyway. So Q1 by Q2 is going to be something like R1 cube by R2 cube. That's what you are getting. You forget this thing, we know this thing. From these both we will be getting Q1 by Q2 ratio. It can be different kind of question, and so it's also good to know methods. It can be a varying charge, etc. So this should be what? R1 by R2 whole cube. You have this thing. Now coming to the V1 by V2, how much this should be? It's going to be K Q1 by R1 and K Q2 by R2, isn't it? So you will be having something like KK would get cancelled out. This is going to be Q1 by R1 into that of 1 by Q2 by R2. 1 by Q2 by R2, basically R2 by Q2. So this is going to be what? Q1 by Q2. This is going to be R2 by R1. What is Q1 by Q2? Q1 by Q2 is R1 by R2 whole cube. That of R2 by R1. Okay, basically inverse of this. What is this? This is basically inverse of this. Here you have R2, here you have R1, basically inverse of this. So minus 1, so this is 2. Same thing. V1 by V2 is equal to R1 by R2 whole square. Lot of efforts. But yeah, you can go this way. Think about it carefully. That was also a simple way of solving. Okay, this is the systematic method of going on. But coming to the next set of questions in your JEE Mains, they were really good, guys. They were really good. I don't know, like, who are those kind of, I would say, unlucky students. Not really unlucky, but maybe the challenge that they faced. Maybe the rest of the questions are easy. But coming to electrostatics part, this is kind of the most interesting questions. You would have seen such questions. One of the questions is this cavity question. Definitely do not miss out next session. Next session has many more interesting things to come out, because this is a concept that we haven't even discussed in our session, right? And it has been already asked, once in your JEE Mains, once in your JEE Advanced, many times in your JEE Advanced, many times in your also. I don't know whether it was asked previously in your JEE Mains. I don't think so, but it was asked many times in your JEE Advanced. Okay. Some questions of JEE type of advanced question would repeat in a JEE. Okay, not the exact same question, but the concept. But this is a very interesting question. Do definitely take a screenshot or pause the video, try it out, and see how you are getting the answer. Okay, whether your answer is matching. I don't know what is the answer. I think I don't know. There is actually, I am not sure even if there is a way of guessing it from the question. You have to draw and do it. Okay, understand and do it. But once you understand, how to solve it, it's a very simple, literally a very simple question. Okay, this is a concept on its own, and similarly the graphing one was a concept on its own. And we had also one more question, where the flux difference was asked. You're supposed to, I think, write down a numerical or something. We had one more question that way. This is a very simple question. We'll get into something to do with that. So this has to do with a simple concept. Think about it and try to attempt this question. This has to do with a very simple. We'll solve this question, but this is really simple. This is based on a simple concept. There is no step-by-step method of actually doing it, even though we can prove it by step-by-step methods. Okay. Anyway, and yeah, we have more interesting things coming up in the next session, something to do with flux, etc. So that's going to be super interesting. So stay tuned and do not miss out next session. Tomorrow's session is going to be very important for you. Probably will be ending JEE Mains 2020 PYQs on your electrostatics. Definitely do go through the PYQ sessions, and because if at all not possible, if it's not possible for you to complete electrostatics, I don't know whether all of the concepts have been covered. There is a ring-based concept, I believe, that was not asked. Okay, check out if there are any PYQs where there was not ring or arc-based questions. Other than that, I think most of the concepts were asked in previously in your JEE Mains and JEE Advanced. So stay tuned, and it's going to be super interesting. Definitely very conceptual paper, very interesting paper is your JEE Mains, and we do also have JEE Advanced. We'll take up JEE Advanced session before your JEE Advanced. This is of course for your JEE Mains. And students, yes, this Sunday we would be having a free of cost special class. This Sunday and Monday we would be having a free of cost special class on your vectors, which is going to be part 5 and part 6. So make sure you're completing part 1 to 4. And this is going to happen from 10 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. So make sure you're attending it. It's going to be super practical, super physics oriented vector session, where you would be getting to understand vectors from physics perspective, not just from mathematics perspective. We will be, of course, be solving mathematics based problems a little bit in the upcoming session, but there were question like cardinal axis question, etc., cardinal points question, etc., in your JEE mains in the previous year. If you have checked out, that was based on your vectors. So make sure you're completing vectors. Of course, your kinematics can also be based on vectors. There are many such topics based on vectors, application of vectors, where you'll expect most of your PYQs and vectors, but your vectors has to be fundamentally strong to do a good justice to your physics and to solve problems. So this is a basic concept. Try to understand everything that has been taught to you in vectors. Only 6 sessions is what you have done. Probably we will be completing vectors by the next 2 sessions, and make sure you're completing it really completely well, because that way you will be able to solve any problem. Even if you're 2021 aspirant, if you have any problem around vectors, to attend this 6 session, your vectors will be clear. And students, yes, this is also A to Z session. These are like sort of lengthy sessions where you get to complete your each topic in few lectures. And yes, students, we have already completed units, dimensions, and measurements. And if you are already attending this PYQ session, you know why this is important, because this is very easy. This is typically like the most asked or definitely asked topic in your JEE Mains and JEE Advanced, and it's also less time consuming during your preparation as well as during your exam. And students, if you have noticed ever, it is a definitely asked topic. Always you will get a question in your JEE Mains and JEE Advanced from units, dimensions, and measurement, and all you have to attend is this 4+1, that's a 5 session, and you will definitely be able to solve one question in your JEE Mains and So what all kind of topics we have covered in this? What all concepts have we covered in this? Units based problem, dimension analysis of important quantities, and error analysis, least count of measuring instruments, and different kind of measuring instruments, right? And it's all on Unacademy learning app, right? This is also an Unacademy learning app. This is also an Unacademy learning app. So do download an Unacademy learning app, students. Not only that, to get onto a Telegram channel. And if you don't have a Telegram app, download it from your Google Play Store and App Store, and click on this link which is available in the description box below. Post that, you'll be getting on to our Telegram channel. Join our channel, and in that you'll be getting live before time updates on every class conducted by our JEE English team on Unacademy learning app, as well as on your YouTube JEE English channel, Unacademy JEE English channel. And definitely do download Unacademy learning app, because you get to attend those free of cost A to Z sessions, right? You can attend the free of cost A to Z sessions all with live notifications. So first of all, type in Unacademy on your Google Play Store and App Store, and the first search result is going to be Unacademy learning app. Once you click onto that link, click on this install button, because guys, you will be getting live updates, of course live notifications. Start following your favorite educators. You can follow me to get notifications on these free of cost special classes. So do download it. And not only that, students, one more amazing thing about your Unacademy learning app is you get to attend free of cost national level quizzes. And more importantly, students, an amazing thing about your Unacademy learning app is you can attend classes from anywhere, of course, and you can also attend like Unacademy race, etc. So students, yes, this coming 19th of December, that I guess is going to be next couple of days. So be sure to attend this Unacademy race rank accelerated competitive exam for 10th and 11th class students. So for 10th class students and 11th class students, there will be 2 different sessions. One is going to happen from 12 to 3 for 10th class students, and 3 to 6 for your 11th class students. And anyway, it's a free of cost examination, so do attend it, enroll for free. And not only that, you can stand chances to win amazing prizes and also an Unacademy subscription, guys. It's a scholarship test, so do attend it. So yes, do attend it, do not miss it out. Definitely students in 10th and 11th class, this is a rank accelerator competitive test, so do attend it, guys. And not only that, students, on 20th of December, your Unacademy combat is going to happen again, and this is the most competitive gamified IIT JEE battle ever. So enroll today and compete in this to win amazing prizes. We are going to distribute hundreds of Amazon voucher on that day, and not only that, MacBook Air, Apple iPad, and also your earpods. Yes, you can win all of these prizes by just competing live on Unacademy combat. So enroll today with Murli Live code. Do not miss out to apply Murli Live code. And yes, not only that, you can unlock a lot of features using Murli Live Code. Be sure to apply Murli Live Code wherever you get an opportunity to unlock a feature. And students, that being said, we do have dedicated batches for 11th, 12th, and droppers going on Unacademy Combat. So attend it, and you'll enjoy it. It's going to be a live competitive gamified experience for you. So do definitely do attend it. You're going to compete with students, and it's going to be an amazing learning experience for you as well. And that being said, if you're looking for a complete package for your JEE Mains and JEE Advanced preparation, it's going to be Unacademy subscription. And what do we have for you on Unacademy subscription? We have the best educators across the nation on one platform who have been aggregated on one platform, and your classes will be happening on a very interactive and attractive platform with live polls and leaderboards. And not only that, every Unacademy subscription program also has a lot of test series in them. And when it comes to JEE, we have the best papers set by the best educators. So think about the kind of test series that you'll be attending, national level test series set by the best educators, and where you'll be also getting analysis from the best educators on these papers. And yes, not only that, students, this test series, you'll also get to understand your position, understand your kind of your preparedness for the exam, and you will be also be able to improve upon your exam based on our analysis. And students, that being said, every Unacademy program is a structured program. It comes with live doubt clearing classes. You will get access to amazing doubt clearing classes on Unacademy subscription program. Every fourth class is going to be a doubt clearing class, and along with that comes a lot of perks and benefits being on Unacademy subscription. You will get with every program you'll get quizzes and mega quizzes, many more things. Of course, these are some of the things. And how do you avail an Unacademy subscription? All you need to do is click on the left hand top corner extension bar. Of course, you need to download an Unacademy learning app and click on the left hand top corner extension bar. Log in first of all if you're not logged in, and then click on the plus, and then choose IIT JEE as your goal, and hit on this get subscription button. And students, why you should be hitting on this get subscription button? There's another reason. On Unacademy subscription, it's not just a subscription for one program, but for unlimited number of programs. You can access programs irrespective of the batches, like irrespective of the JEE Mains or JEE Advanced preparation on an Unacademy subscription platform, and all at a price of 2,100 per month. If you go for a 24-month program, you will be paying all as 2,100 per month, less than 70 rupees a day. And of course, be sure to apply Murli Live Code to get the best discount on your subscription purchases, be it like any of the programs that you're purchasing. And we also have very convenient payment options for you, where you can split your payments into multiple parts, and using our pay in parts option. Not only that, we also have access to no cost EMI, where you don't have to bear any interest on your easy monthly installments, and you can pay your easy monthly installments just like your pay in parts, splitting them into multiple parts. And these are two interesting payment options which take away the hassle of paying all the fee at once. We also have access to other payment options like credit card, debit card, UPI, etc. on Unacademy subscription platform. And students, not only that, if you are in long term or dropper, we recommend that typically you go for, even if you are in 12th class, we recommend that you go for like a 12-month program. And what do we have for you students? We have dedicated droppers batch, micro courses going on, and not only that, we have so many more things like national level test series, best educators and legends like DC Pandit, DC Gupta sir on one platform. That is going to be your Unacademy subscription platform. And how much are you going to pay for this platform, students? Only 2,888, less than 2,900 is what you have to pay for Unacademy subscription. And how do you get to this price point? By applying Murli Live Code. So you can get the best discount by applying Murli Live Code. Be sure to apply Murli Live Code and get the best discount on your Unacademy subscription purchases. That being said, we have something beyond your plus subscription, that is going to be iconic subscription. And on iconic subscription, you would get all the features of the plus. Along with that, you can get personal coaching, mentoring, and guidelines, expert guidelines from IITians and IITians who have previously cracked this exam. So think about it, you will be getting personal guidance and coaching from IITians and IITians. So this is going to be one of the best things for your JEE preparation, because think about it, they have already cracked the exam. They know the path to succeed in this exam, and and come out with flying colors. That is the thing that you need, like for understanding, how you should prepare and how you should perform in your exam during your preparation, also during your exam. This could be one of the best things. And not only that, you'll also get access to frequent test analysis and study planner, and students at a price of, you go for a 12-month thing, it's going to cost you only 58,500, and for a 24-month subscription, it's going to cost you less than 50,000 per year. So it's only 90,000 for 2 years. So be sure to apply Muralidharan code and get the best discounts on your subscription purchases, be it plus iconic 6 months, 12 months, or 24 months. And that being said, right now our team, JEE English team, is on iconic subscription. So we have IITians, NITians, and head of coaching institutes on one team, that is going to be a JEE English team. And students, yes, now you can take your JEE preparation to the next level. If you prefer to take it in English or other languages, you can do that with our personal coaching, with our IIT JEE workshops, expert guidelines, test analysis, and study planner, all on iconic subscription. Now it is possible. Make sure you're also sharing and liking this video, because it's a free of cost initiative, Unacademy, where you're getting access to full length, quality, high quality PYQ session. Guys, the way to solve PYQs, there are simple ways to solve problems. When it comes to problems, once you try to grasp these concepts, they are concepts basically. So once you try to grasp these concepts, later on you can apply them easily in your exam. Definitely, let me tell you, these are some amazing things that you are getting right now. So do share it, do like this video, and do share it, and also click on that subscribe and bell notification. And of course, students, we have one of the best teams for your JEE preparation. So stay tuned, be regular to the lectures. And that being said, keep smiling, work smart as well to perform really good in your exam, and stay motivated, stay dedicated, and also stay prepared for your exam. So take care, stay safe, bye bye, see you in the next class. If you're attending gravitation, it's going to happen at 6 p.m. and tomorrow at 7:30 p.m. we will be having the PYQ session again. So if you're interested in gravitation, you can still complete it. Make sure you're attending every class. If you attended today's class, you may want to stay dedicated, and for at least next 3 to 4 classes. Throughout the session, you have to stay dedicated, to be honest, because your question can be from anywhere. But anyway, to understand at least each and every concept, try to maintain completeness, given that you are going to have a lot of papers coming up in your examinations. Make sure you're maintaining completeness. Now completeness is going to be the game. So make sure you're maintaining completeness in each and individual topic. It's not necessary that you have to cover all the JEE Main syllabus to be like a rank holder in JEE Mains or JEE Advanced. That is never the thing. That's probably for first few 100 ranks or etc., or maybe 500 ranks etc. Not more than that. Definitely it's not more than that, guys. So try to move strategically. This was something we didn't get access to. So do try and maintain things very strategically. Make sure you are making use of those quick techniques to solve the problems. You should be leveraging the concept to solve the problems quickly in any given exam. It's a matter of intuition as well, but that would come with practice. So keep practicing, stay tuned. 2 months is not less of a time, it's more than 2 months actually. So stay tuned, share this video, definitely do share this video. Take care, stay safe, bye bye.